talk about Katrina. I am originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, Lower Ninth Ward, and um, we got placed in Mississippi, Tylertown, Mississippi, and like this is like around the anniversary of the time when it happened, and it's always difficult for anybody who lived in New Orleans or um, have family in New Orleans that actually cared about them, that didn't put them out during their time of need. So, I mean, I like to tell my story about how I came from New Orleans. So, this is probably a lot of other people's experiences too. They probably was going to stay because we were going to stay, me and my family. We had decided that we were going to stay and ignore the fact that there was a storm coming just because we had evacuated recently and nothing ever happened. So we were going to stay that time. But my mama stayed up all night and she was watching the news and she got really worried and she said, pack up your stuff, be quick because we about to leave. And we left just in time because right after we left, the storm hit and all the power went out. We went to Franklinton, Louisiana first, and we dropped my great grandma and all the rest of those old people in Tylertown, Mississippi. And we stayed with family. We appreciated that, but you know, a lot of them, after the fact happened where the water had covered our houses and they knew we didn't have no other place to go, they decided that they was going to treat us like, you know, like we weren't family. And the world called us New Orleans people refugees, even though we are Americans. That's a word for people like in Haiti or something like that, refugees. I mean, but after we found out that our house had been flooded, my grandma bought a trailer and she placed it on this land that her family owned in Tylertown, Mississippi, and I had to go to school there for the rest of my high school career. And I mean, it was bad at first. I mean, everybody wanted to fight us, even though, I mean, I'm very easy to get along with. I mean, I'm too goofy, and I don't think too much of myself like a lot of people automatically think when they first see me. But I'm easy to get along with, but I'm like, you know, I wish people didn't just assume that just because we was from New Orleans that they could treat us any kind of way. A lot of them laughed about it. They said that it was goody that it happened to us and that the people that drowned it was goody because they were stupid for staying. But what they don't know is, well, they weren't there, so they don't know exactly what happened. And a lot of people didn't have transportation, and like they said that buses and crap was coming to our neighborhood. I don't recall any bus coming to my neighborhood. And a lot of the people there, they had property there, so they had a reason to stay. I mean, if your whole life is in New Orleans, you think you're going to leave? I mean, they had to throw me in the truck because I had a lot of reasons to stay. But I hope people look into the story of what happened to us Katrina victims, and maybe they can take some sympathy, you know, no, not sympathy, empathy, because they need to realize what happened to us and what could happen to them. And I hope that the people who got treated bad, they won't take it out on them in their time of need, that they'll just forgive them because that's the way of God, you know. But I hope they realize it. Well, if anybody else has any stories about Katrina, I would like to hear them. So just, you know, leave comments and whatnot.